Hello, welcome to the paper 2B, November 2017. We're going into question 3. Just a reminder of the sponsors, Grace Hockey. We are up to 1.2k subscribers now, which is brilliant. 406 videos, the time has flown. So, scrolling down as a reminder, question 1 and 2 have been done in another playlist. And we get to question 3. Eventually. Okay, so a major project is overseeing a software development project, or a project manager. A major project, that's terrible reading. The table below shows or lists the activities needed for this project, together with the duration of each activity and the immediate predecessor of each activity. On the opposite page, there is an activity network. So I've actually just put mine on the right way up because it comes out as it's printed. And we need to complete the activity network on the opposite page. And we've got to show the early and late start times. So I've got another OneNote open, so just bear with me, because on the other OneNote, I'm going to get all of the details on there for me. But as I said, the best thing to do really to begin with is to draw yourself a sketch. So A, as we can see, is linking into B, C, and D. E has B and C going into it. F has got D going into it. G has got E and F. E, F. H has got G. I has got G. And then J has got H and I. So it's going to look something like that. And if I use my snipping tool, I can just snip that below. And then I've got a rough guide of my network, what it's going to look like. I'm just going to put it here and then paste it over here. Okay, so D, which I'm going to put below, D has got a duration of 4. I'll only do the durations. That goes into, or C and D will go into E. You must practice these. It's the drawing bit that takes the longest. Here we go to F. F's duration is 1. E's duration is 5. Down into G. G is kind of a funnel, so that's going to be definitely in the critical path. After G, we split out again, so we've got H, and H has got a duration of 1. These are all in days. And we've got I, which is 2, and then this goes back into J. And that has a duration of 3. Okay, so we've got to do the early start times now. So 3 for D. 3 plus 2 and 3 plus 3 makes, we've got 6 here. So we've got to take the bigger one because E cannot start until C is completed. 3 plus 4 is 7 for F. I should do these in different colors. We'll do that from now on. We'll do like a blue. 6 plus 5 is 13. 7 plus 1 is 8. So, 6 plus 5 is 11. Whew. So 11 goes there. 11 plus 6 makes 17 for those two. And then the big one, 17 plus 2 is 19. 19 plus 3 is 22. Okay, now for these, we're going to have our latest sort of, I call them the late time, the earliest start time and the latest finish time. So yeah, so 22 take away 3 is 19. So this can finish at 19 and that can finish at 19. And then 19 take away 2 is 17. So 17 has got to be there. If this one finishes any later, for example, 18, it's going to push everything back because 18 plus 2 will make 20. We've got 11 and 11 here. 11 minus 1 is 10, so D is not critical. 11 minus 5 makes 6, and then that's all filled in. And we've done it. We're there. That is 7 marks. So it's absolutely massive, that. Okay, that's done. What's next on here? Because there's a few more bits. State the critical path. So that's where all the values add up. So I'll use a highlighter and to use yellow. So the early time and the duration adds up to the late time. So B is not, D is not, but C is. 6 plus 5 is 11. This one was always going to be on the critical path. 17 plus 2 is 19. And then there's our finish point. So ACE, GIJ, ACE, ACE, GIJ. Let me just double check that. ACE, GIJ. Fantastic. Right, calculate the float on task F. That means the difference, how much time they can spend. So we've got 11 minus 8, which equals 3. So they've got 3 days of slack on that one. So 3. Now we're asked to draw a Gantt chart of the program of the project. I'm just going to pause it because I need to just get my axes drawn, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, so my axes is drawn. I've done my days along the bottom, and then we've got activity, and I'll be doing them as we go. I'm just going to zoom in as well because we don't need to be too far out for this. Right, let me just look at my data here. So for A, I'll put A here. Starts at 0, goes to 3. So you can do these with blocks as well, but in most mark schemes, the lines are the popular ones because you could have the whole of the critical network along the bottom, which is how the AQA book shows it, but up to you. B has a duration of 2 and has to start at 3. And it's got a bit of float time at 1. So we do that with a dotted line. For C, that also starts at 3, has a duration of 3. No float time because it's a critical value. D starts at 3, has a duration of 1, 2, 3, 4, and it has some float time. It has float time of 1, 2, 3. So that goes out to there. So that can finish at 10. E, we've got a start time of 6, duration of 5, and no float time at all. So that goes up to 11. F, 7 and 1. So this one starts at 7, has a duration of 1. There we go. G is next, 11. Duration of 6, so it goes to 17. There's no float time on G. H, I have to move to the right on that other OneNote so I can see the rest of my activity network. I am doing this using the activity network. It's really easy. So H has got the early time of 17, which is where we put it. The middle one is the duration, and then the early plus the duration subtracted from the late gives you your float time. So this one's got a float time of 1. I starts at 17, also duration of 2, no float time. And then we've got J, starts at 19, 1, 2, 3, and that's a critical path as well. So that's our Gantt chart done, and that is the question done, which we'll see how many marks this is, because it says it's 6 marks. Yeah, we're on question 4 below. It's 4 marks for this part, 2 more here, so that's 6. And then there's 7, so that's 13 marks, all on question 3. So make sure you know your activity networks really, really well. And I'll see you at question 4. Bye-bye.